Welcome, everybody. Westplex Radio for What About Nutrition on this beautiful weekend, and it's good to be with everybody here today. I'm with David Gall. He is the owner, he and his wife Diana, the owners of O'Fallon Nutrition, and their new location, Mexico Road and Highway K in O'Fallon, Missouri. If you've not been to the new location, check it out. They're also on the web at O'FallonNutrition.com, O'FallonNutrition.com. We got a great subject here today. We're going to be talking to an herbal expert here today, and just another one of our many great shows that you can find archived at O'FallonNutrition.com, by the way. The FDA has not evaluated these statements we're about to make. Always consult your physician before making any changes to your diet or supplements. This program is not intended to treat, diagnose, or cure any disease. Well, I'm telling you what, it's going to be a great show, so stand by. Steve Casper with you this weekend alongside David Gall. I call him Mr. Nutrition, and I'm just going to let David introduce our guest today.
Hey, Steve, thanks a lot. It's really wonderful to be here again with another great episode of What About Nutrition. And today, Steve, our guest is Bill Chioffi. And Bill's the Director of Education for Gaia Herbs, which is one of our favorite herb companies at O'Fallon Nutrition. And he's worked extensively in the natural products industry for over 19 years. He's been a manager and staff herbalist for natural foods retailer stores, so he has worked on the floor with folks. He's also been a production manager for Gaia Herbs, as well as the Eastern Regional Sales Manager, and currently his role is to create educational programs for Gaia, teach the sales force, as well as retail and professional division partners. Now, Bill has studied therapeutic botanical protocols for many common health disorders over the last 15 years at the Medicines from the Earth Symposium, which is this great symposium that happens every year over in North Carolina, I believe. That's the symposium for botanical medicine, and he's also studied independently with naturopathic physicians and herbalists. He received his bachelor's from University of Vermont in 1991, then studied herbalism and taught English in Eastern Europe after that, so this guy has a really broad background. And right now he currently lives outside of Boston with his wife, his son, and a lot of plants, right, Bill?
That's right, Dave. Having me today.
So, Bill, what we wanted to talk to you about today, a lot of people are starting to get interested in herbs. Of course, it's been a huge subject for a long time. But I'm sure as if you've noticed that we have waves of consumers who are just becoming aware of the power of herbal medicine and therapeutic herbs. And Gaia is one of the leaders in the production of quality herbs. And of course, with herbs, because they are plants, there's all sorts of factors that folks have to be aware of. You know, how they're grown, the conditions they're grown under, the conditions that they're harvested under, whether or not herbicides and pesticides have been used, how is the herb extracted. And Gaia is one of those companies that I really feel has worked out all these details to the nth degree. So, Bill, let's start off with, what makes Gaia so special?
Well, Dave, the one of the first things I've been mentioning this year is we're celebrating our 25th anniversary this year, and so for any company to make it in any industry really for 25 years, there has to be a dedication to your craft, and Gaia certainly has maintained its integrity in who we are and what we do, and we've just chosen to specialize in botanical medicine for those years. Mm-hmm. And we've had our certified organic farm in Brevard, North Carolina, is operating in its 15th year, and we also have a certified organic manufacturing facility that's right on the same piece of property as the farm. So all of our products are sourced using certified organic herbs or ecologically cultivated herbs, meaning they're not treated with any pesticides, chemicals, artificial fertilizers. All of Gaia's products are tested for heavy metal toxicity. So
that's good.
When you get one of our products that you're getting something that's been through some rigorous testing for both potency and purity. The products are 100% vegetarian. So they're suitable for all types of different diets. We have a really unique delivery system for herbs called the liquid phytocap delivery, and that's a concentrated liquid extract in a vegetarian capsule. And all of those capsules are suitable for people who have gluten sensitivity as well. Then we also have a full line of liquid herbal extracts, herbal syrups. We are starting to get into the tea business, so we have some herbal teas. And, I think we could spend a lot of time discussing all of the qualities of Gaia, but I think
Right.
the main thing is being a manufacturer of the product that you're selling in your store has a lot of advantages. So we're a vertically integrated company from seed to shelf. The products that you're selling are going right through our manufacturing facility, being bottled, tested, and all of that actually has a strong impact on the environment as well, because it reduces the amount of shipping, and not using toxic solvents to extract herbs is very important as well. So all of this information too, Dave, we've developed a program through our website called Meet Your Herbs, and Meet Your Herbs is a great program that allows a consumer or a retailer to be able to trace the life history of that product. So it tells you where the herbs were grown, what solvents were used to extract the herb, what the herbs were tested for, actually has a copy of the certificate of compliance that we have to have on file for the FDA. That's right there on the website for you to access. So it's great. There's a little ID number on the back of all the products, and you just enter that in there, and makes the product fully traceable.
Yeah, this is really cool and a very unique aspect of Gaia Herbs. I've never seen any other company do this. So what Bill's describing, Steve, is the bottles that of all of Gaia's products have this little part on it called Meet Your Herbs, and there's a code number. And it's also designed to be scanned by smartphones, iPads, etc. Or you can type in that code number into Gaia's website, and it'll actually trace the life story of the different herbs that are in the product, like all the way down to like, where was the herb that are in the bottle that you bought today? Where was that herb grown? Right, Bill?
Yeah, absolutely. And, I think making fully transparent what we do and who we are and where these herbs come from is very important. In fact, in a marketing survey, when we were developing this program and doing some rebranding, we surveyed over 2,000 people, and 80% of those people said they would prefer to buy a brand of herbal supplement that had some form of traceability for the ingredients. So we know consumers are looking for this.
Yes, definitely, and it's really important, because otherwise you can go down to the local mass market big box retailer and you can buy a bottle of herbs, and you don't know where it was grown. Did it come from a place where they use pesticides and herbicides? They're definitely not saying it on the bottle, and if it's not labeled as organic or wild crafted, you don't know. So
beyond that, I think if you're not buying products from a store like O'Fallon Nutrition that does their homework and sources good companies to put on the shelf, some herbs, some herbal companies are not. Like I said, Gaia makes the product that we sell to you.
Yes.
That's not the standard in the industry. Most companies are marketing a product that's manufactured somewhere else. The herbs are grown someplace else, and they're not in control of that whole manufacturing process. So, one of the key issues in our industry, it's discussed more within the industry than in the retail trade, is the issue of adulteration of botanical medicine, and that can come right down to, do you even have the right species of herb that you're marketing that's on the front of your bottle? And how do you know you have the right species? Did you validate its identity with scientific methods? So,
really, really good point. Because that's true. You want to make sure that the herb that you're buying is actually the plant that's labeled on the bottle. Is it the correct species? And I know we don't have to go deep into this, but I know that Gaia worries about factors like that, and in fact, Gaia is one of the companies, using the example of echinacea, that educates retailers like us on the different forms of the herbs. Because even with an individual herb, you can have different forms of it. For example, with echinacea, you have the root versus the flowering top of the plant, and they have different purposes in herbal medicine that other companies will gloss over.
Yeah, absolutely. And, the end result, Dave, is you want the herbal medicine to deliver its desired result and the effect. You want it to be efficacious. And if an herbal remedy doesn't work, the consumer's likely to not go back to herbal medicine. It's not likely that they'll just say, well, maybe I should switch brands and try somebody else's product. They may not come back to herbal medicine if they try it and don't get the right results. Get results at all. So
you're so correct. I mean, I can't help sitting here nodding my head yes while you say that. I think it's so important. Because a lot of the time when folks try things like herbs or even other nutrients, sometimes if they have not been exposed to these things in the past, it is the first time. And in a way, they're using it as a test of alternative medicine in general. And so it is important that if folks are going to try things, that they at least get a good quality product so that you're actually testing whether the herb works for your issue. You're not testing whether the company makes something that's any good and then testing if it helps you.
Yeah, absolutely. And, when we develop those liquid phytocaps that are, they're really just a concentrated version of our liquid extract in a vegetarian capsule. So,
and that's one of your guys' real claims to fame is potency, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely, and potency is really what gives you the desired effect. So, when you're digesting anything, liquid, solid, powders, anything that you eat that passes through your mouth has to be broken down and pass through the liver, except for the case of triglycerides, which pass directly into the lymphatic system. But when you're digesting anything like that and you're going through liver metabolism, when you digest a liquid, it passes directly into the circulatory system. When you're having to break down a capsule that has a powdered herb in it, first you're breaking down gelatin, which takes a longer period of time. Then you have to break the herb itself down in a powdered form, turn it into a liquid, and then it's available to go into cells for receptivity. But when you're consuming a liquid, that goes directly into your bloodstream. So when we developed those liquid phytocaps, it was very important for us to bypass that first pass of the liver the same way that our liquid extracts that you would take in a dropper bottle would do. And I think that's really why people get very good results with our products because, Dave, I bet best-selling categories is digestive enhancement. People's digestive systems are very poor.
So true.
If you're trying to break down a handful of pills that are hard tablets or powdered herbs in a gel cap, it's going to take more for your digestive system to get the medicine out of those products.
Boy, perfect example, Bill. And with Gaia's really unique liquid extracts and their liquid phytocaps, they're the only company in the industry that does liquid-filled capsules. And they're not gelatin capsules, like you said. They're plant fibers, so they break down very quickly. I think it's really one of the most unique, coolest aspects among a number of cool aspects of Gaia Herbs. Well, Bill, this is the end of part one of What About Nutrition with Dave Gall and Steve Casper, and brought to you by O'Fallon Nutrition.
Very, very good segment, folks. We are going to be right back. We'll come back with part two right after this.